Hello everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I am back in my memory planner and I have a lot to chat about, so if you'd like to see what I'm going to do, stick around. Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for hanging out with me today on this Monday morning. If you're watching when this goes live, if not, welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Today I am in my Stop the Blur storyline chapter insert from Heidi Swapp, and this has been my primary method of memory keeping for the entirety of 2022. And I am switching things up, but before I do that, I wanted to kind of share one last full process video before a completed flip through of this entire book. As you can see, I got quite a bit done behind the scenes that I didn't film, that I didn't share except for over on Instagram stories. And if you caught my pre-planning process video, then that's probably one of the only ones you've seen as far as layouts go in this particular storyline chapters insert. So the storyline chapters inserts are basically just a way to house memories on a weekly basis, from like super big memories, but to like the everyday things. And it was a lot of fun. I subscribed to the kits, I subscribed to the stamp set, I subscribed to the class, and had a lot of fun, learned a lot, played a lot, and discovered throughout this past year more about my style and what I prefer for memory planning. And it is a bit overwhelming, and I think that that is only because I also film at least 4 other videos that are related to decorative planning, which is like using a planner to keep myself on track for social media and my family life and my work and all that kind of stuff. So it was, I think that paired with this particular type of scrapbooking was just too much. This lends itself more to like really interactive. Like I'll show you this one. Super busy, right? There's a lot going on, and I didn't even use stamps in this planner because I just can't be bothered right now. I just don't have the time. So it's a lot of stickers and washi and like embellishments, a lot of die cutting things from paper pads that I have and that kind of stuff. So this, you know, a typical like spread like this can take anywhere on the short end for me 2 hours to like 4 hours. And that's just time that I don't have for these things. You know, having a 7-year-old child, being the PTA president, which is a new role for me this year. And I plan to run again for next year. You know, working part-time, it's just too much. So I am going to switch to Pocket Pages, which was introduced originally by Becky Higgins of Project Life. Mostly, I think now, I don't know too much about it, but I think you can purchase the products on her website, or like I have just been like looking it up on YouTube and kind of doing my own research, looking up hashtags on Instagram. Again, not really sure what the heck I'm going to get into and what I'm going to like. I just know that after having participated in December Daily, I really enjoy that style of storytelling, and a lot of what I do ends up being outside the page protector anyway, meaning it's just like a piece of scrapbook paper with the story and the photos on it, rather than it being confined to pockets. However, that's another big project that takes up a lot of time. So I thought, oh, let me combine the best of both worlds and subscribe to kits that lend themselves to pocket page documentation, which there are so many out there. And I won't make this video about that. Maybe I'll do a separate video on it. But really, I just want to share all that to say that this will be my last process video for this method of memory planning. I will still maintain my Memory Planning Monday playlist, but it will switch over whenever I have the time, and I've experimented a little bit on my own before I film the process in my Project Life album. So it will be probably a weekly album, but it won't be daily. It'll probably be the highlight moments of our week, because I did find also that this was a bit redundant, because I'm sharing all the photos in here, yes, but the journaling mimics the journaling that I've already written in my journal, which I have. That is what is part of the purpose of me having my daily journal, my daily planner inserts. That's where I journal. So between my daily inserts and my weekly layout, really I can kind of piece together what I did throughout the week. I just don't have the photos. So that's where Project Life makes more sense for me. So I have subscribed to Paper Person and Allie Edwards' I have subscribed to the stories by the month. Well, I'm on the wait list, and I used to have the story kit. I have one more month left of that, and I've really enjoyed it, but I think I'm going to switch over to stories by the month because that kit lends itself more to calendar documenting, which is the whole point of me doing Project Life. So, and then I'll purchase things here and there, and I'll still be using my Heidi Swap stuff. I have tons of her stamps and products, so I will definitely be using that as well. So, as you can see, I have a lot of photos here for the last week of November going into December. We had some really fun events and a busy week, and it gets to be busy season. And the reason this is the last process video is because I'm actually not probably going to finish December. This might be the last layout, and maybe I'll do one more week, I don't know, in this book because I did December daily. So, and in December daily, I start on December 1st and I'm going through the 31st. So there's no need for me to document in both places. Though I may choose to just share a few photos and some journaling on these pages just for me. But when this is complete, I will come back and do a full flip through, probably next week. I will do a full flip through of this October through December-ish Stop the Blur or storyline chapters insert. So that all being said, I know that was a lot, so feel free to like comment, question, DM over on Instagram, all that stuff. I'm going to film this process, speed up the camera and do my voiceover, and then I will come back at the end. All right, friends, let's go, let's go. In this Storyline Chapters album, I haven't been doing any stamping. I just haven't had the energy because to me, it takes more energy than it does to play with stickers, embellishments, and washi. Since I'm not a natural stamper and it's something I'm new to. So I like using my washi stash in this project actually. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm picking a few different washis to have as accents, and I like them to go throughout the whole week to kind of tie everything together. It's also a great way for me to use my stash. So I'm really enjoying doing that. And then I don't really end up using any of the Stop the Blur products. I use a lot of my own pattern paper. This is primarily coming from the Crepe Paper Busy Sidewalks kit that was released, I think, a year ago. And then these are my new Ellie Studios little labels, and I'm using that to just do some journaling on the back about those Monday photos. Realized I forgot to date the week, so I'm going to use my stickers to do that, and it kind of ends up being a bit of a mess. They rip and tear, and I have to like piece them back together, so I fast forward through that. So now all the stickers are on. I realize the other thing I don't love about this is that it gets really thick, and then it gets hard to make your elements stick to the paper. Just because of how thick it does get. So I was just adding some extra tape to the back of that photo to reinforce the adhesive that I had already put on the back. And then I do end up using this little super cute, like, I don't know, present type of envelope from one of the past Stop the Blur kits. And there I'm just going through all the different die cuts that go with the Busy Sidewalks collection to see what I might want to put on the front or inside of this envelope, along with the photo of my cat being so cute taking a nap on the bed. And I cut one of those little labels in half and just documented a little bit about how cute Jeeves was sleeping with his face resting on the basket of flat light prop items. And then I just kind of playing around with it. I decided I wanted to have a little bit of an embellishment on the front of this envelope, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted to use. And then I'm like, oh, why don't I look in my December Daily kit embellishments? And I love that canvas counting down. It just adds a different texture, and I don't know, I really like it. But I'm not done documenting my December Daily, so I don't want to use too much. And then I'm using my favorite little tiny mini translucent alphas to just document that we watched the US versus Iran in the World Cup, and that we won, which was really exciting. It was supposed to be like a to and from tag, but I just whited out the to and from part because I wanted to bring in some of that mint color. And then there wasn't too much going on Wednesday, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with just one photo for the day. And so I decided to make a little pocket for this photo because the photo doesn't really, it kind of like clashes with the colors that I want to be featured. So I made this little pocket out of that pattern paper, and then made a little took this tag and just taped it to it and decided that would be what I use to slide the photo in and out of that pocket I made. The only thing I forgot to do was punch a half circle at the top of the pocket, but that's okay. And then I decided to do the journaling on this mini lined notebook tag, and I love these little tags, like these little pockets, these little notepads rather. They're so handy and like the perfect size, and the colors match perfectly. I don't know, I could buy them in every color if Heidi made them. And these mini itty bitty reinforcer stickers are so stinking cute. So I wanted to use some of those, and it was just another way for me to tie the colors together. And now I'm going through my stickers and some items from my December daily storage. And I just decided on that coffee cup. And then I want to feature the photo of Nora for Grinch Day, but then I have all these other photos that have to do with Advent because it's December 1st. So I decided to put them all, I trimmed them down as little as I can get them without sacrificing the content of the photo, and I put them inside that little vellum envelope, which came from the Heidi Swap Shop, and did my journaling right on the paper, and then the photo of Nora with her Cindy Lou Who hair is on the left. And I did embellish the front of this envelope because I thought it looked kind of blank, a little bit naked. So I just added one of the little labels and some of the washi. And now I have to do a quick cleanup. All those little tiny bits, they really like are so annoying, and I cannot work with them all in the way. So I cleaned them up as much as I could, and now I'm looking at what photos I have. And here I am deciding on what I want to do for Friday, and I know I only have one photo, and then Saturday I have several photos, and Sunday I have a really large photo. So what I decided to do is make sort of a little slider, like allow these photos to be a slider. So I mount them on cardstock front and back. So you can see on one side there's going to be the pictures of mine and Nora's freshly painted nails. And then on the other side is 2 pictures from the tea party she went to. And then they're going to slide in and out of this little kind of, I don't know, sleeve that I'm making out of that paper. And then I want to feature this photo of Nora opening her Advent gift because, well, it's super cute, but also her pajamas totally go with the pattern paper, which is ironic. And so I'm like, well, I have to feature that. So I just did a little simple flip up there and then adhere the pocket to Saturday. And then I'm going to Friday now and deciding what I want to do for filling in that white space on Friday after I get my journaling done for Saturday. And I'm just talking about how Matt made arepas, and it was just so delicious. My husband usually does the cooking, so that's really awesome. I know, I'm blessed. I used to do all the cooking, and then the pandemic happened. Enough said. So, anyhow, I'm just filling in this white space. Like it's a challenge that I struggle with because I don't really like white space. It makes me feel uncomfortable, like there's something missing that should be there, and that's totally just me. There's a lot of people who love white space, and you know, I just can't help but have a crowded looking spread. That's just the way I guess I work. I've learned that about myself throughout this year. But it's fine. It's my style, and there's nothing I can do about it. And so then I journaled on that little sticker and decided to mimic what I did on the left by adding a label sticker to this sleeve and doing some journaling on the front of that. And not journaling, sorry. I remember now. I filmed this a couple days ago and now I'm doing the voiceover. I wanted to write party on the front, but that pattern paper is way too busy. So I used one of my Studio Calico Color Theory labels to be the background for the word party. That's what that was for, not for journaling, Jen. Don't be a liar. Okay, so then I decide to make this vellum flip up that's going to go over that larger photo from my staff Christmas party, because I don't really like the darkness and like all the colors that are in that photo. So putting some vellum over the front of a photo is a great way to sort of mute the image, if you will. It went down crooked. The photo's crooked, but it was what it was at that point. And I was like, okay, well, I guess it's just going to be crooked. And then I had this selfie that Nora and my friend Julie took of them hanging out while we were at the party. So I'm going to put that on the front, and I end up deciding that it's going to go inside a tiny pocket because I need some more of that red paper on the right. So I make a similar pocket to the one I made on the top left, and that's what's going to house that photo. And I sort of make a little cluster with this pocket that I finish, and then this decorative tag, and just a couple other stickers and things. And I really think it looks super cute. I didn't know, like I wasn't sure what to expect, but I really do like it. You'll see how I end up sort of decorating this. I'm sorry about the angle. I didn't realize that my phone sort of tilted. As you can see, we're not level. My apologies. But I'll explain to you, and then you'll see at the end after this voiceover the whole thing. But I use the same exact tag that's on the left that says US versus Iran, except this was a sticker version. So I love that it mimics, you know, the same decoration. And then I layered the Slay What sticker over top, which I think is just funny. And did my journaling on the back of the photo. And I think that's pretty much it. Off camera, I do embellish with a few more puffy stickers that came with the collection. And those you'll see when I do sort of my walkthrough at the end. Oh yeah, okay, I added a couple label stickers to those photos just to write some captions. And then I realized I need to have a canvas strip on the right because there's one on the left, and I like to have symmetry. And that's really it. I think it looks so adorable. I love it. So I decided, in looking at the photos that I have moving forward, I will be trying to do my best to do some really quick, easy, hopefully, spreads for the next couple weeks of December. But this is going to be my last, like, probably full process video, like I said. So I'll show you what I did. As you saw, I created all those individual pockets, except for this one, which came with one of my Stop the Blur kits. But this was just the photo of the sky on our way home from dance practice, and I thought it was so pretty. So I just used one of the new, to me, little label stickers from Ellie's Studio. And they just kind of give captions for these little individual photos. And then this cutesy little openable is the sweetest picture of my cat, like, sleeping on the bed while I crafted and, like, worked on my planners all day. He's using, like, this is my basket of, like, flat lay photo props, and he used it as a pillow, which I don't really know how comfortable that was, but so this sticker was just the cutest, and I had to use it. And then this was a tag that I said to and from. I whited out and put US versus Iran because it was during the World Cup. And I said, we won, what a game. And then this is just some journaling on the front and back of this little pocket card. And a picture of, we went to there was like a seminar on US versus South Korean trade. And so I wanted to support my friend's organization, and we got some delicious Korean food that was sponsored. So I documented that. And then Grinch Day at School, which, if you've been watching my December Daily series, you know, was an entire story in and of itself. It was actually the first story I told in my December Daily this year. And these are photos of all the different Advent things. So there's the one of me putting them together. I used the Advent sticker envelopes that came with Allie Edwards this year. And I just put a clue a day in each envelope, and then Nora would have to hunt for the little gift. So every day she was excited to wake up and go search for her gift. So there she is, reading day number 1. And there's the basket of all the numbers and all the little goodies. And this is my own. Mommy gets an advent. I had 2 sticker advent calendars, one from ChappyPlans and one from JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop. And then those are all of Nora's. So these all live in here. And then, oh, my husband and I got lunch at Simone's. We had a lunch date after I had some therapy. So it was delicious. It's one of our favorite places to get lunch. And some journaling and a photo of Nora and her friend doing stamping. So I put future memory planners there. So cute. And then this was a photo of Nora opening her Advent prize on the 3rd. And then this delicious dinner my husband made with like carnitas and arepas and rice and beans. And then this was Nora's little tea party that she got to go to. And I've just covered up some of the photos, but there she is right there, all dressed up and cute. And then I had painted her nails for it. So you can see there's like there's like a little Rudolph face there. That was not easy. And then I did my own, and I was like, oh, they're supposed to be holiday themed, but I'm like, they look like Michigan State colors, which is our team. So that's fun. And while some of this is redundant with December Daily, it's also little stories that I did not tell in my December Daily, so I was fine to do this as like a full week spread. And then this photo was huge, and I didn't want to, like, the colors didn't go, so my little trick for that is to just cover it up with vellum or put it in a vellum pocket like this. This one's from Heidi Swap. This I just cut myself. And on the front, I put the photo of Nora and my friend Julie, who was babysitting her so that we could go to my staff Christmas party. And that was just the charcuterie board there. So I wanted to include that. I wish I had gotten a photo of like the catered meal that we had because it was delicious. But that's some of the people that I work with. And there is me and my husband. That's my pastor and her husband there. That's our children's director and her husband. The admin, and then these are 3 of our elders here, and preaching team, I guess you could say, an assistant pastor. So yeah, super fun. And I love how this turned out. If you have any questions about what I used or did, feel free to leave them in the comments. You can also follow me over on Instagram because I do share a lot in my stories. Like, I've shared lots of bits of this progress over on Instagram, so make sure you check that out. I do share posts over there as well that I don't share here on YouTube. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and there will be one final video, which it will be a full flip through of this completed insert, and I think that might be it. Maybe the next one will be like sort of like a why or a intro to my Project Life hybrid project for this year, once I figure out what the heck that's going to look like, because I'm really just winging it since I'm figuring things out for myself as I go. But I'm grateful to have had this past year to try all the things in this particular form of memory planning. There are lots of ways to scrapbook and document your stories. You don't have to use photos. You don't have to use paper products. You can use just stamps, just pen and ink, whatever you want. So I am doing what I love and what works for me. And so when something is no longer serving my purposes or my needs, then I need to switch it up. And that's what I'm going to do. So I hope you'll stick around for that journey. On that note, if you like this video and content like this, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my content. And I'll see you in the next video, friends. Take care of yourselves and remember that you are enough. Bye.